Hey, so if you are the CEO or the founder of your company and you are currently making less than $1 million per year in revenue, you are probably making this mistake. Okay, so I've understood these mistakes because we are talking to hundreds of founders every year with our business acquisitions, and we are working with dozens of CEOs and founders every single year, and this is the most common one. So most founders are not failing because they have a bad product, but they are failing because they are afraid of what? They are afraid of selling. So in this video, I'm going to show you why and how you can get back on track as a founder of your company to finally make enough sales to at least hit this $1 million per year, and then delegate the whole process to a sales team that you will build yourself. Okay, so most founders we are talking to hide behind the product development as an excuse because they are not comfortable with the idea of selling. Okay, the truth is that most of the people we are talking to, when they have a product or even when they have a service, a delivery, they've been building a product or doing the delivery for more than 2 years, sometimes even up to 5 years, only locked in, focusing on building the product. They don't talk to the market for during this period, and after these 5 years, they go like confront the offer to the market. So they start doing some sales calls, and ultimately they get rejected because when you are selling, you will get rejected. They get rejected, and the first thought they have is that we need more features. If we are not selling after talking to these 3 or 10 people, it's because the product is not good enough. But the truth is that the founder, like you, are not good enough. And the reason for that is because you are not confident enough to sell, and you don't understand that if you get rejected, first, it's part of the game. It's a game number. Sales is a game number. And the second thing is that you have a product, like the product is good enough. 5 years building the product means that the product is good enough. And if the product is not good enough, it's because you didn't speak to the market enough. You were not in contact with the market enough to build the right product. Okay? So meanwhile, you have some guys, 20-year-olds, no prototype, no product whatsoever, no experience, that are out there every day cold calling, sending emails, and taking on sales calls that are making more revenue than you are. Why? Because this guy is not afraid to look stupid, he's not afraid to get rejected, and he's not addicted to the fantasy that we can have the perfect product, and once we have the perfect product, it will sell itself. Like magically, just like this, people all over the world will hear about the product. But it doesn't work like this, okay? This guy doesn't wait for referrals, and he's out there every single day creating his own luck, prospecting and selling all day long, like I just mentioned. He's in contact with the market, and the main difference between this guy and you right now is that he understands that speed is above perfection, that opening conversations, sales conversations, is more important than features, and getting rejected is more important and will teach you more lessons than just building the product like for some more years, okay? And more development time. He knows that every no gets him one step closer to a yes, while you are still trying to guess what the market wants, because you are either too afraid to ask it directly, or you maybe find yourself in one of these situations. So those are the most common situations we've encountered when discussing sales with the founder of the CEO of a company. So either they are afraid because sales is not comfortable, you get out of your comfort zone by doing sales, either because I think that having the right product and having a good product, that sales will be like magically appear, like the product will sell itself, or other sometimes it can be this case that they are too arrogant to learn. Sometimes they just think that they are the best in the world, and that if they are not closing deals, it's because either the prospect is dumb, or just because they are not talking to the right people and the leads are not qualified enough. But it's their ego that is talking. It's not the truth. They need to learn. If you don't have, and I will show the numbers after, at least 20% closing rates, something is wrong with your offer or with your sales process, okay? You being one element of the sales process if you are closing deals. And but usually it's because they are afraid. They think that the CEO or the founder of the business is above sales, and that the CEO or the founder should be doing higher leverage activities. But you need to understand that and it's especially true if you are below $1 million per year, sales is number one. If you can sell, you don't have a business. You may have like the best product in the world, burning cash every single month just to build new features. If you're not selling, if you're making like zero revenue, or if you are not growing the revenue, you don't have a business, because business is about sales. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a quick story. In fact, it's my story and the story of acquisitions, our business here. So we started building acquisitions in 2023 with a few failed business before. We had a few experience just prospecting and selling because we were doing this for our own business in the past, but the delivery was a failure. So we just transitioned to acquisitions, basically trying at the time to close some clients in France to help them grow the revenue through outbound marketing. We're strictly doing outbound marketing, so basically sending cold emails for them, booking some calls, and then the client was supposed to close deals. So what we were doing at the time was just prospecting and selling all day when we were booking some calls. And it worked because I remember in June 2023, so we started in at the end of February 2023, and in June 2023, we closed 4 clients. 4 clients, it was performance based, but we gave them some results, we upsold some of them, and then we built some case studies that help us now scale the business. And we are still scaling the business, getting even better results for our current partners. But the story here is that even though we didn't have a great delivery at the time, because we were not experienced, even though we were not super confident and we didn't have much sales experience, we were doing sales all day long. And it is thanks to this that we are now in a position to close better clients, to give better results, and to scale the business, right? Because we were selling all day long. Okay, so like I mentioned, if you can sell your product, you don't have a business, and no amount of theory will save you from that. Look at every single company that you know, like big companies. The founder or the CEO was the number one salesperson at the time. Why? Because no one sells better than the person who build the product or the service, because you know the product or the service and the market. And most importantly, you are the person that cares the most. No one will ever care as much as you do. Why? Because it's your business, it's your life. If you fail, well, you get the consequences. But if you succeed, you get the consequences too. So no one else will ever care as you do. And it's foolish to think that you can just delegate sales, bring in some, I don't know, sales people that have 3 to 5 years in experience, commission based, and just, yes, they're commission based, so they will go after the leads to close some deals, because if they don't, they won't eat today. But it's foolish, because if as the founder or the CEO of your company, you don't care enough to sell all day long, you don't care enough to close some deals and grow the revenue of the business, you will attract first the wrong people, because these guys won't be hungry. Okay, so that's why founder-led sales is the fastest path to product market fit, customer insight, and growing the revenue. Okay, so I've added a few metrics that you can check out. You can refer to these metrics, and if you are below these metrics, like, please don't start building a sales team, because it's a big mistake, because you will give them the wrong foundations for them to perform, and you will just lose even more money. So you should be getting at least 5% of your lead to close rate. Okay, so it means that top of funnel you have 100 leads, bottom of funnels 5 of them will close and become clients. Okay, obviously it depends on the industry, but those are markets like B2B market average. Then you should have a 20% plus closing rate, so sales calls to client converted 20% plus, and a CAC under 30% of the LTV, okay, to make sure that it's scalable. So these numbers are absolutely achievable with a simple structured founder-led system, but the most important here is that by doing this, by following the process, building the sales process, taking on some calls with the prospect, you will learn. You will make your offer better, you will understand objections of the market, and you will grow way more. Even you as a person, as a founder, you will learn so much that it's inevitable that you will grow your business, because then if you start getting like 100 times the same objection that you should add this feature like at the beginning here, well, maybe you should add it. But before having talked to multiple people like this, there is no point in just living in your own head adding some more features. You should be talking to the market, because those insights will shape your messaging, claims, product, and your future team. Like I mentioned, if you don't show your team that you are a killer, that you go out there getting the sales done, closed, well, you will attract the wrong people. Okay, so I hope that you understand why founder-led sales is super important, especially if you are below $1 million per year in revenue. And if you are below these revenue targets and wants to grow, but you are still avoiding sales, just comment here under the video, comment sell, and I will get back to you. So basically what we do at Acquisitions is that we help founders and companies to grow their revenue past 1 million per year. So how do we do this? We send them qualified leads, because we work on the positioning, the messaging here, the claims, and we test the claims with the market, okay, with different methods. But then we send the founder like qualified leads. Then the founders, it's founder-led sales. So the founder will take on some calls. We will coach the founder on sales, and we may even jump on calls with the founder. It happens sometimes to help the founder close the deals. Then when we consistently hit the right KPIs, we will help you build a sales team that you don't have to do the sales anymore. Okay. So if it's of interest, comment sell, and I will get back to you. I have some case studies here. I won't go through them, just read them. But basically you can see that the process is working, and that we help these companies with marketing, getting some leads, and closing some deals. We even helped the company raise money with investors. Okay. So if it's of interest, again, comment sell, and I will get back to you.